Now, some people say there is no such a thing as a hoop snake. But I want you to know that I saw one not long ago up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. You see, I was up there riding along on my 1936 Indian motorcycle. Now, that motorcycle was a big old red and white motorcycle with a huge tank and a great big comfortable seat, big long handlebars, and a huge headlight on the front about the size of a wash tub. And as I was riding along, it sounded something like this. Now here's a curve coming up, and a straightaway. All at once, bam, 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 bam. I had a flat tire on the rear wheel. I just barely screeched to a stop right at the edge of a 10,000-foot cliff. The front wheel of the motorcycle was hanging off the edge. Little pebbles were falling off into the abyss. I just barely got stopped. Put that old motorcycle up on its kickstand and shut the engine off. Bop, 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 poof. And when I looked at that rear wheel, don't you know that thing was completely flat? Why, it had a hole in it the size of a silver dollar. And I thought, what am I going to do? Me with a flat tire and 55 more miles to Black Mountain. How am I going to get home? And as I was studying about it, I heard a little noise behind me, and I looked around, and don't you know, there in the bushes was a hoop snake just waking up. And I thought to myself, now there's my tire. And I ran over and I grabbed that old hoop snake right behind the head before he could wake up. I brought him over there. I stuck his tail in his mouth just at the right diameter for my rear tire, and within 15 minutes, I had that hoop snake mounted on the rim of that tire and properly inflated. Well, I sped off out of there, and down the road I went. About an hour later, I come screeching to a halt in the shed back of my house. And you know, that old hoop snake had been a good tire. But you know, there wasn't a bit of tread left on him.